Well, each week the Nebraska football season has provided a very different feeling. First, the heartbreak. Second, the shocker. Third, the blowout. And then today, well, it really depends on how you want to look at this Husker team. If you want to chalk it up to, let's say, some questionable referee calls, you can. Or perhaps the story is a defense who has given up a weekly average of 39 points. And if you want to deflect all blame to the past coaching staff, well, you won't be alone. But regardless of how you want to look at the team, that 0-4 record isn't up for debate, with the Huskers still searching for that first win. Ghosts on alert with Bill Murray in the house. Huskers could have used some of that Michael's secret stuff from Space Jam and probably would like the chance to relive the day a la Groundhog Day. Enough references though. Let's get to some highlights. Huskers look for a third straight win over Purdue. Cloudy day, missed it throughout the game. Senior captain Mick Stoltenberg missed it with an injury. To the first we go. Huskers come out sizzling. Running back Divino Zigbo, the senior, 18 yards on the touchdown run to put the Big Red up 7-0. Throw those balloons up in the air. Then Purdue, though, they come back. Here's J.D. Knox breaking through, 42-yard touchdown run right to the corner of the end zone, tying the game at 7-7. Looked like an early offensive shootout, but it was all Purdue after that. Boilermakers here. How about a little razzle-dazzle? The flea flicker. David Blau to Isaac Zicko, 48 yards on the play, putting the Boilermakers in territory, but the black shirts, they did hold strong on this possession, leading to a Spencer Evans 31-yard field goal. It's 10-7 after one. In the second quarter, though, that's when things start to unravel early for the Huskers. Here's Blau from 1 yard out. No problem on this sneak to put Purdue up 17-7 early on in the second quarter. Later on, Husker defense showing some life here. Ben Stilley gobbles up Blau on the sack here. Huskers showed that pass rush early against Colorado. It's kind of gone away a little bit, but still not as non-existent as it was last year. So some positives there. How about some more from Divino Zigbo, though, in the Husker offense? Rumbles for 35 yards here, but again, the drive stalls as the Huskers struggled on offense in the second half. Purdue would tack on a 26-yard field goal to push the lead to 20-7 at the break. Scott Frost walking off there, and here's a look at your first half stats. As I said, 20-7. Adrian Martinez only 98 yards passing, but Divino Zigbo, 9 carries, averaging 11 every time he touches the ball, and that touchdown. Spielman was the go-to receiver in the first half and all game. He turned in 62 yards in the first. On to the third quarter we go. Blau back in. He had a great game today. Bryson Hopkins on the throw back. 11-yard touchdown pass here to put the Boilermakers up 20 points. That was the real touchdown that extended this one, 27-7 Purdue. Huskers respond, though. Adrian Martinez to J.D. Spielman. I said he had a big first half yardage-wise. Here he's getting in the end zone for a 21-yard score. 27-14 Purdue. But again, Purdue comes back against the Blackshirts. Knox takes it in from 6 yards out. They would add a 2-point conversion to again extend that lead to 35-14. But again, the Huskers showing some life on offense, not going away. Martinez to Spielman, one of his 10 catches for the day, 135 yards and 2 scores. 35-21 Boilermakers. Now here's a real breaking point. On 3rd and 20, again, Huskers only down 14. An incomplete pass, but it's ruled a personal foul penalty. One of 11 penalty calls from the refs against the Big Red today. Scott Frost, livid to say the least. Still 35-21 entering the fourth, but that was a crucial play. Nebraska would have got the ball with only down 14, ready to drive. So out of the fourth quarter we go. Boilermakers, they scored early here, and they did not let their foot off the gas. Markel Jones from 8 yards out, 42-21 the score there. But again, back come the Huskers. Every time Purdue seemed to score, the Huskers responded for a bit there. Ozigbo really capping off what was a great day for the senior. 23 yards this time. He would finish with 170 yards on the ground, 42-28. Not much time left for the Huskers, though. They get the ball back, a chance to bring it within 7, but Martinez, still just a freshman, throws the interception, picked off, and Nebraska's comeback efforts fall short. This is a school record 8th straight loss for the Big Red, dating back to last year. You see Scott Frost walking off the field. He was not very happy in the post-game press conference today, but let's take you to those final game stats. Martinez and Blau with nearly identical stat lines, 25 and 42 for over 320 yards. Ozigbo, as I said, big day, averaged almost 10 yards per carry on only 17 rushes. Spielman, Martinez's favorite target today, again snagging those 2 scores. But here's Scott Frost after the game.
It's up to us as coaches, but it's also up to that team to stop allowing the other stuff to happen. We can't get holding calls on interceptions and then talk trash to their sideline and start dancing on the field. I didn't know what was going on. When we're down 13 points and we got backups and reserves dancing, they look like they love losing, and they look undisciplined. In order to have a disciplined team, you got to have guys that really care, and you got to have guys that are accountable, and you have to have an environment where they're held accountable to all the little things they do on and off the field.
Well, there you see it. Frost not holding back. And coming up later in sports, just a few minutes from now, we'll have much more from Frost and players weighing in on those controversial referees. Plus, highlights from Husker Volleyball's top 10 matchup.